Hey there, tribe. Welcome back to another Wednesday live stream. I have Brian Baldwin with us today. Say hi, Brian, to the tribe.
Hey, tribe. How are you? Glad to be here tonight.
We're going to be working on a handle for a really old cavalry saber that we're going to be putting a new handle on, giving it some new life, and hopefully putting it back to work.
For the cavalry?
You know, whatever you want to hit things with, I guess. And then we've got some other blades here that we're working on. Some handles we're going to be working on. I actually have a design I'm working on for a customer right now too as well. So just kind of getting some collaboration in that department as well. So waiting on Jonathan. Not sure if Scotty Claus will be here tonight. Hopefully we'll see him. Caden says hi and he's going to sign in, but he's working a second shift today. So we're just going to go ahead and get at it. So enjoy. Texting questions, heckle if you want to, and if you happen to see Kira walking around the shop, tell her to get out so she doesn't die from dust and coughing.
But it's okay that your wife does. It's totally cool.
Well, you're no longer undead.
Oh, so you should probably tell them who's working the case. It's not me.
Oh,
today.
yes, tonight my...
Oh, yeah, I'm going to...
Don't you look at me.
Kira's
The
here.
camera work is being done by my beautiful wife, Tasha, tonight. And my daughter is going to be supervising her from afar. So.
Yeah, that is accurate.
So anyway,
I don't know.
So Tasha, just keep an eye on the comments and stuff as they come in, and
They'll come in from the bottom of the screen.
yep, and then you know, let us
Ryan
know.
O'Leary.
We'll answer them and
Hey
talk.
guys.
Ryan O'Leary says, hey.
Hey Ryan. And then we'll just answer them as they come in, as you let us know about them. Okay.
We keep getting slow connection.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
We need to do
Kira, Could
something.
you possibly smash some of the antennas on the router down?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can do
push
that.
down to the-
I will. Do we have a hammer that I can smash it with?
No, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
I
How
don't-
about if we just aim them
Wow.
instead? I'm okay with that too.
Is this the? This is not.
So, for you, first step is going to be we're going to book match these. So look for the common lines
Oh, it's gonna.
here. And so what we want it to do is we want it to look like it was slid, the metal was slid right between here. And it was just one piece of handle, right? So first step is going to be to run a piece of tape across there, and then there. And then we'll cut some pins and we'll get the holes drilled using this as a template. Looks like we're going to need about 5 pins. Boss is here. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing?
Yeah.
Welcome.
You can tell he's the boss because he has really nothing to do but tell
That's
people
right.
what
do
to
those
do.
things. Tote that barge. Lift that mail.
What's up, Dad?
Hey.
So, what made you decide to choose those?
I was all over the board on the handle on this. Should you go with just like an old, I don't know, what do we figure? This is early turn of the century, probably saber, right, Chuck?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking from what I
Can you
Right.
hold it up
researched
a
so
little
far.
bit so I can...
And then, so it's kind of up and down on what I wanted to do, and I decided, I just made a knife with Chuck a Saturday or two ago, and I want to do something different with a different kind of handle. So-
That's going to be so cool.
I chose that right there. We're going to keep.
chosen wisely.
I'm sorry, I'm
You
messing
go right
with it.
ahead. We're going to keep the saber pretty much.
I have
traditional
short little arms.
with the patina that's on it, and put a
That's
beautiful
so
handle on it.
cool.
And
That's
then,
going to be...
Yeah.
Sorry guys for my shaky camera crap. That's going to be so fucking gorgeous.
This should be.
I'd show it to you, but you'd have to come over here.
Yeah.
I love that smokiness. It looks magical.
Right,
See,
it
I'm
does.
all about the magic
Right.
blades.
It's going to pop for sure.
Gosh, so I cannot wait to see how it
Right.
looks.
It's
My
gonna
nephew
pop.
Ryan's on.
Yeah, he said, hi guys, or hey guys.
Woo! Check this out, Ryan. Boom, that's one of my new ones.
Did you just do this one?
I did this one a couple of days ago.
Oh,
It doesn't have a maker's mark on it yet.
was it the one you did here?
Yep. I showed it to you.
Have you tried it on anyone?
No, not yet.
Hey Brian, come here for a second. Want to try this on?
It's sharp.
Oh,
as,
let me see. That was
sharp as shit, though.
Okay. That's the one Dan was
Sickly.
working on. What, the last time I saw Dan. Yeah, look at that. Look at that handle. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is my all-time favorite. Really, truly, all-time favorite.
Here you go, Dan.
If you can, share the live.
Oh fuck, how do I do that?
Yep, put it on and share.
And I'm gonna test it, but
So where's the share on this, dude?
It's not you that has to share it.
Oh,
so I'm
I'm just gonna.
live
Just go over there by the, follow Deborah.
No, you said to share, dude, and I was like, I don't know.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
She wasn't talking to you.
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to them.
Okay with that?
So what you want to do is catch it, and then we run it down. That way we have as few gaps as possible, and then what I do is I'll just fold it over,
So
just like that.
why do you do that? Why are you doing that right now? Is he?
So what we do is we actually take both layers here. So right now, this is actually a book match set. If you look here, you can see how the burrow curve follows.
I wish you
Alright.
could see it better on this. This
Yeah.
is so freaking cool.
I know. And then
It's a
what
little
we're going to do is we're going to take the blade itself, and if we tape these like this on both sides, we'll use the blade itself as the template for drilling, so that we know we have paths through all 3 layers.
Yeah.
We can ensure that they fit properly. And so we'll drill a pin, drop a pin in, and then drill the other pin while this one's stabilized, and then we can trace it and cut it out all as one piece rather than one side at a time.
Okay.
So for these kinds of blades, I find that's just kind of one of the most efficient ways I like to do it. Lots of different methods. I just share the ways I like to do it.
Pretty cool.
So yeah.
So when you're dealing with those types of materials where you see, they have the, first of all, I am in love with this. Where they're connected, is there any faultiness? Because I can feel a little bit.
A lot of that will get sanded out and nobody will tell. Some of that is just because John from the Muskoka Turner, who I get 99.9% of my handle stuff from, he'll clean up the outsides and give them a quick polish to show you kind of what the possibilities are when you go to actually apply the material. But not a lot of time is spent in it because it's going to be all torn up anyway. So as we finish it, everything becomes one flat plane. You can't feel any seams or anything like that. And occasionally you'll get voids or wormholes and burrows and things like that. And then we'll use what we call a gel fill, which is we'll poke some gel super glue in there, get the air out, hit it with a catalyst to set it, and then when we polish it out, it's gone. You can't even tell it was there anymore. So sometimes we'll mix it with sawdust to make it look like the rest of the stuff around it. Lots of little tricks that we can use.
Yeah, you've showed me that a couple of times, and I just kind of ignored you, probably. I didn't ignore you. I don't... So, Danathan,
Look.
how was your day?
My day was good. Yeah, I got a nap at lunch and had a lot of meetings. But other than
Did you have a
that,
lot of meetings?
Yep. Now I'm gonna unwind all of that. Yes.
Shop therapy.
And I'm gonna put a bevel on this one and probably finish up the handle. And then I've got my birthday Damascus.
Yay!
And
Chuck
what is
gave
this
me
one?
Damascus for my birthday.
He's
What
gonna
is
make
it
a
called
thick
again?
knife out of it.
That is a ladder pattern.
A what?
It's called a ladder pattern.
Yeah, redneck.
Ladder.
Ladder
Oh.
pattern, because you got the rungs going through here. So then that's going to be one there, 2 and 3. I'm going to get those cut out, and maybe we'll heat treat them.
I wish I could. Can you angle that a little bit differently? I'm just trying to see if I can get, because I can get the detail down here, but, oh, there we go. Oh, man, that's pretty. It looks kind of creepy, though. It reminds me of that
Creepy and pretty.
Scream,
just like me.
the Scream.
Not aim that up pretty towards the sky. I swear to God.
I didn't mean to. I'm aiming it in the wrong direction because,
What's that? gotcha. Okay, so.
I feel like this is bouncing all over the place.
Now, you don't know this light. It's going to, it's going to spin, okay?
Okay.
So this is going to get loud for a second here, peeps.
So are these your little brass?
Right, these would be our pins to
Yeah.
hold, right, to, after we drill a hole, I'll go through there. I'll let that last one a little bit long, is that okay, Chuck?
Yeah, that's
Instead of
fine.
making a
That's fine.
cut on it?
Yep.
Kind of-
All right,
we'll just
so-
grind those down.
Next step is going to be right over here. So when they come off the quarter band, they have a lot of curve. So
That's
here's how
true.
I like to handle those.
Oh, this
You
is.
feel how there's like little snags on it?
Ugh.
I'd like to-
I hate being down there.
So what I like to do is I'll do the flat first, and then I basically, just kind of, and basically you don't want to feel a catch with these things. And any catch you find is going to catch in the
Oh, I
hole
can
where
see
the
'em.
catch is in.
there's only 3.
I didn't know if you needed your glasses. That's all. I knew you had your sunglasses, but I didn't feel like your glasses.
Let me know, okay?
I'm probably making the guy, Ryan, sorry Ryan, I'm probably making him seasick. It's like a Cloverfield frickin' situation over here.
It's okay.
This is what Dan does. He comes here, he tells people what to do, and he drinks bourbon.
Ooh.
And then he tries to make knives. Oh yeah? You want to do that online? Uh-oh. Do you? May I have my soda? I don't know what I'm supposed to... No, don't give me that bullshit. For Christ's sake. What am I supposed to do? And there's a delay, dude.
Yeah, there's a big delay.
So yeah.
Okay, this is it.
Dan would probably get 10 times more knives done if he didn't spend his whole day texting people.
You know what?
No. Tell me.
I'm tired of your judgment, little miss.
That's what I do. I judge.
And although I wouldn't improve myself, I do I look cool though?
You look, actually, that's a very good pose. No, no, that looks smug. Stop doing that. If you flex just a bit, I can almost make you look like a bro. No, that face is never going to make you look like... Ryan says, bourbons and blade, or bourbon and blade. Yeah, that's how you guys roll.
Take mine back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one glass lasts us all night. Right.
Well, honey, not everybody can drink like all of the... I mean, first of all, you're tall, so it takes a lot more to fill you.
That wasn't my point.
I love the smell of sanded wood.
So right now I'm rough contouring. So when we get them, they're all squared off, and so what I'm doing is I'm taking it down to a rough contour from like the squared edges here to here.
Can you put that up in the light just a little bit? Because I want to be able to show the contour on it. I can't find it. Yeah, so right here, it looks smooth. You can see a little bit of a thing, but right back here,
Yep, so what I'm doing is I'm taking the corners and I'm
hard-
just going to flatten them,
Yeah.
kind of like in facets.
Yep.
And then we do that to get about 80% of the way there, and and then we switch over to a random orbital so that we can kind of dial it in from there and go up through like 1,000 grit.
Ah, okay.
No polish it. All of these are stabilized, so they're really nice when it comes to durability and not having to worry about moisture and humidity working inside.
Yeah.
Of them.
What a clown. So you're still unburring? We're going to call that
Unburring.
deburr.
We could go with deburring.
Are you going to call it deburring? That's it.
Deburring.
Pure Lynn, I don't know. I do know that there's a decent delay. So right now, I am at Brian saying right now.
We'll get the basket then, maybe we'll get it done tonight.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I just have to drill
And
holes in my tube.
Okay. I'll get that first.
we're here-ish. So yeah, we still have a pretty good delay. So I'm going to play with Dan since he's been...
I'm going to do a beautiful Damascus this evening. It's rolled in 1075 and 15 and 20, cut to shape in a lovely redneck skin pattern here.
Oh, that's what we like to eat around here, that redneck
Right.
skin.
Gotta get some iron.
It's the only way to get that crispy skin.
Okay, someone cut these up and it's gonna be super loud.
So you're gonna do 2 on that?
I'm gonna do 3 on that.
Oh, why don't you do like something big, you giant wuss? Do a...
Listen,
What?
some people prefer smaller blades. Some people don't like the bigger blades. They like the smaller
Some
ones.
people like at least some blade. Some people like no blade
There's a
though.
blade for everyone.
There's a blade for everyone. Here we go.
Get it.
I got the
Good. Definitely. Well, I could tell on the inside.
Yeah, there's a rock in there.
Right. Well, I
We
was
have a
just...
whole small wheel tool that we used to get down there.
Yeah.
But the idea was to have a good short handle, but still have really good control and retention on a shorter blade.
Yeah. How is it? Oh, sorry. Honey, Brian just felt my shoulder. I think that he was making a pass.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fucking
Into the
bro.
porch.
Well,
Well, we need more blood for the blood.
I mean, he is cute, so... It's a pain in the butt. I'm just gonna come over here and do this because they keep moving the frick around.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, sir.
It's not Dan's birthday. Frickin' Danathan. Hi! Hello! They weren't talking to you. Hi, Riley. Hi, Ryan. Aw. How's it going with you guys? Hi, Wallace. remember that one time when it was not a knife?
And now it's still not a knife.
Well, it's mostly a knife.
It's not sharp yet.
I'm pretty sure it's sharp enough.
Yeah.
You don't think that you could easily put that in somebody?
Yeah, this is
You could have them
Make
try it
somebody on the
on.
outside of this.
Yes, you can. It would be pretty easy to do that. All right, so if you guys want me to come and like hover over you, I can, but it's like I'm moving around and I don't know if I'm going to Cloverfield these guys.
But Scott's working tonight and King is working tonight.
How many
so-
people are in the street?
There are 3 dudes and 1 person.
3 dudes in the person?
Yeah.
The person isn't the dude or a non-dude?
I am a person. You guys aren't people.
Okay.
That's why you want to repress. I'm being oppressed. I'm being oppressed.
Okay.
Yeah, after you get those cuts, just bump the ends down like you did before, and then we'll go back to drilling. Let me with me a hand, okay, Brian? Okay.
Crap. There it is. I found it. Crap. Okay. I'm gonna.
So I think I might buy a motorcycle.
Jesus Christ.
Looking all the people with motorcycles.
When was the last time you rode or drove a motorcycle?
22 and a half.
Hey, you know what? It's already obvious you're going through a midlife crisis. You don't need a
You know
motorcycle.
what a midlife crisis is?
Yeah,
Let
you
me tell
being
you what a
midlife in a fucking
crisis
crisis.
is. A midlife crisis is finally figuring out that you can kind of just do whatever you want to do.
That's accurate.
Yeah, that's what a midlife crisis is.
Let me tell you what retirement is. Now that I'm a newly retired fella. Where am I? I'm doing something I want to do.
I can have ice cream for dinner. I can buy a motorcycle.
Yeah, like that one time you bought a horse. Now wait a second. What if you killed the motorcycle like you killed the horse? Oh, Ryan, I'm so jealous.
You know what,
Actually, I think you're a kept man.
Ryan?
Yeah.
I knew
He
I didn't
is
like-
pretty.
I knew I didn't like that guy. Okay, great. You want to eat treat tonight? I gotta get on top.
Do you need me to come over there?
I'm not here to entertain you people.
Actually, that's the only reason why you're here.
Number 2, Rustin.
Hey, Kira, see if you can text Mom or Candy and get them to hop on. And then you'll have to have Wallace come down. Am I supposed to move this around the whole time, or do I, like, what? Slow connection.
How are we doing?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Dan, the one thing I
You
like
tell him,
about this,
Ryan.
you have to actually keep both ends like it's in front of the blade.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
I probably should go over by Chuck and see what he's doing this time.
But they're still worth it.
Oh, nope.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, nope. I can't. This is why it's hard. Doing the... Huh? Oh, I'm...
How's the camera stabilization on that?
I'm sorry?
How is the camera stabilization on that?
It's... Well, I appreciate the chaos and the engagement. Thank you, Ryan. I have to watch Chuck. I I hate the lighting in here. I know it looks better on the camera. No, the phone.
In real life.
Well, no. Actually, in real life, it's a little bit not the right coloring either. When you look at the TV, it's a richer.
Yeah, with ring blades, you have to worry about the back here and up there. With the regular blades, that's not there, so you just have to worry about the up there.
And that's why you tape it?
Yeah. Because, yeah, you can see it's already been really scuffed up, and that would have been the steel. So, being that Murphy's a close relative,
Yeah.
we try to shade the odds in our favor wherever we can.
So, on the level of complexity, what would you give the ring blade? Like, would
It
it?
really depends on the overall size of the design.
Yeah.
The bigger the blade, typically in the ring blade, it's the more complex because you got balance. Not everything deserves the ring, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very specifically, ring blades typically are, well, they have been seen much bigger. I typically see them as something that's very close, concealable. With the ring, it's hard to drop.
Phantom blade.
But, yeah, it's, a lot of them will have really complex curves, especially since you don't just want to stuff a blade on a ring on a blade, because there's a lot of ergonomics involved. For me, if you put a ring in the wrong spot, you're not going to make a good fit. For me, I want to make sure that ring still allows me to wrap where my finger would naturally curl in so that I have that tight grip, tight fit. Likewise, typically when you reverse it and you hold it like this, that ring should be in an equally comfortable position so you can still make
Right.
it fit.
It has to be two ways. Well, most blades should anyways. I mean,
Should?
okay, I said should. I did not say are.
Yeah, so most blades, I don't know, I think it depends on the maker. A lot of people like to put a ring on a blade because it ends up looking like
Because it's
a
cool.
kunai, which is like a rope knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, rope dart. But for me, the crown bits are very, very intentionally offset ring, ergonomic handle, very comfortable. That's kind of what I go for with the smaller blades.
What's really interesting is that the way your hand fits and the way my hand fits, like I constantly am complaining like, oh, hey, I feel like I have to choke up too much on this or whatever. So
Yeah.
with the ring blades, it's really going to be specific to the hand.
Exactly, and different hands are different sizes. So I'm working on one for Sherez right now, a design for Sherez that her hand's like half the size of
Yeah,
mine, you
she
know?
has little but strong
Yeah,
hands.
she's the pocket ninja. You know?
I would love to see her.
Her spirit animal is the honey badger, so I'm not sure what I'm going to call this lady, the honey badger or the pocket ninja. We'll see. But yeah, hers is going to be about half the size of what I would make for myself.
Yeah, exactly. So would it be, how would you get a good size for her? Like, would you have her send you diameters or whatever?
So one of the rules of thumb that I do and I teach with the workshops, actually, just as a starting point, is you can have a handle as big as you want.
Yeah.
You don't want a handle so small that it's not comfortable with her.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna grab my drink. I'm still paying attention to you.
That's not mine.
Okay.
So, and this is me on a little bit of a high horse or a soapbox, whatever you want to call it, so it's just my opinion. But I tend to build from the handle forward when I'm coming up with my own designs because I want to make sure that it's comfortable to hold. If it's not comfortable to hold, it's not going to be a tool I want to use. And one of the things that I've been getting some props for is my handle ergonomics.
Oh.
Which I really appreciate, because it means I'm doing what I'm trying to do. So for me, when it comes to a minimum size handle for a person, I typically make a tight fist so that it, bunches up all the muscle, and then there, and then there, and so that's a crappy pen.
I was gonna say that is not coming
So
across.
there was one side of my fist, there was the other side of my fist. That's about the very, very shortest I'd ever want my handle. When it comes
for
to
you,
for me,
right?
yep. Where I was going with that
It's okay. I was just clarifying.
was that I'll have them take a ruler. Wow, I just had trouble wording that. And there's the end right there. and I'll have them take a picture of that.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
make a mark there, and then I can actually take that same thing and come to my ruler and go, okay, that's how long it needs to be. And that way, if they're not local, I can at least get an approximation
Yeah.
for that and help them design the handles they want custom for them. And that's one of the cool things about custom blades, that I'm literally making it for you.
Yeah.
Not for me, not for the 80%, but for you. It doesn't matter if it fits anyone else. It matters if you're comfortable using it and do you want to use
Right.
it.
And they pretty much pick out everything, right? Like they
Yeah,
will pick
yeah.
out the type of Damascus if it's that, the handle material, and you can do all of that through.
I will talk to them. I like to get an idea of why they, what do they want the knife to do, what niche do they need to film, what materials are they thinking, kind of what inspires them. I'll get pictures that they go, ooh, I like that, and I like that, and I like that, handle here, blade there. And then I love to put something together that's uniquely them.
Yeah.
And, at certain points during the build, I have questions and options for them. I like to give them a few options based on our discussions rather than just let them hold the camera over the pantry of the handle material, for instance.
Yeah.
Because then they'll never make a decision. Too many choices.
No, it's better to only give it. Customer service is
yeah.
always give people 3 options: a high, low, and the middle, and people will
So I
almost
try
always
to
take the
narrow
middle.
those down
Yeah.
based on what I
I give you 2 options.
Yeah, that's true. That's too many.
That's it. I give you 2 options because one of them are the ones that I'm gonna like. So yeah, guys, come on, ask some questions.
You got kids? Okay, so let's grab this.
Jonathan!
Boom!
Oh yeah? Did it just all of a sudden become a knife again?
What do you think?
You know, it's,
It's a little bit big in the.
I was gonna say, the belly
take that.
especially.
I gotta take that handle down,
Yeah,
right?
we were just talking about
Like this
handles,
spot,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta take that knife down. The handle down. Usually, so I don't know if Chuck mentioned
This isn't so bad if I were only gonna hold it like this.
Right.
This is actually kind of comfortable, but if you add the wood, it's gonna be too big for,
Usually what you want is you want your fingers to be able to touch your palm.
yeah.
This is okay, but you're right. As soon as I
As soon
get
as
the
you
bulk
add-
of the handles, I won't be able to do this anymore.
Right.
So I'm gonna take this down just a little bit, probably off the back.
Yeah. Are you trying to do just handle design in general to see?
No, this is actually was from a commission that I did,
Oh.
and I like the shape so much.
Okay.
I did another one.
Aha. Now, is this for you? Or is this for you and then maybe you will put it in the
I'll
market?
put it on the market.
Oh, yeah?
I don't believe him.
No, I will, because I'm feeling like this might be my birthday present to myself.
Oh, well, that is gorgeous.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. That friggin' purple.
That friggin'
Oh.
purple, right?
This is, you can't even see. This purple is, it is, ugh,
What we have to do is we have to
so
Right?
gorgeous.
Black.
It's,
It's just like,
yeah, it's like a really dark plum, and it has the little, I'm gonna call rivers, but they're not rivers. You can't see them. This is some bullshit. Anyway, oh, I love it.
yeah.
But you know what's really funny, and I know a lot of people will think I'm absolutely crazy. I am not a huge fan of Damascus.
No, I don't think that's crazy at all. I think there's a clean look that you can kind of prefer, and I have a tendency to go for the look where somebody says, "Hey, do you have a knife?" And my answer is yeah. And they
Here's
go,
something
"Whoa,
cool."
That's cool. It
Yeah.
really makes me cool. It makes me cooler than I really am.
I see.
That's
So
also why I want to get a motorcycle.
okay. Hey, do you think that that'll help you get some chicks? Or bitches and hoes?
Yes.
Bitches and hoes.
Yes.
Well, that's yeah. I keep trying to tell you to hoe around, and you're like, I don't do hoeing around.
Well,
But hopefully you're thinking about it one day.
I'm always thinking about it.
I should be a hoe. So I'm gonna come over here for a moment because Chuck got my knife out, the one that I'm working on. This doesn't look that great, but I have this, for crying out loud, I can't even remember the name of it. The filler, you know, that filler stuff. And my blade is Burl. Nope. You know, I should probably look at this a little bit better. Anyway, let's not talk about the handle right now. It's sort of a cleaver with the ability to do some chef knife stuff. I am not left-handed, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like. It is probably something that, you know, Chuck can give away if somebody wants it, because I'm not sure I like it, but I'm going to use it a couple of times first. We'll see. I gotta finish it. I think this is a huge hint from him. Finish your blade, Linda! I'm gonna go back over here. Hi, Mom! I see that you're watching. Is Jackie around? Maybe we can get Wallace to come and do a little dance. He's very pretty. Look at Dan at the end. Okay, so he's doing the whole look at me, I'm charming look.
What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
That's a good thing these aren't recorded.
They are recorded.
Oh shit.
And they all go on the internet.
Well,
Right after we're doing that.
No, Kira sometimes.
so I keep coming over here to do stuff for you.
But then
And watch, and then you effing move. I'm so sick of it. That's why I'm coming back over here. I figure if I can come back over here.
What do you think of the handle now?
Ooh, I like how that feels.
That's better, right?
It is. I still think, like,
It's a little thick,
it's still.
but I want it. I think it's better that way.
Yeah, you can figure it out with your wood.
I want it a little thicker.
Thicker.
I like to have it a little
Yeah, but you know, it's a shorter blade handle, so it doesn't have to be so
It
long.
gives a real positive grip then if it's a little
Yeah. It's definitely good to have a handful.
And I like the leaf shape.
It is.
So now I gotta do. What am I doing?
You are gonna.
Pins. Oh wait, I know.
I would still maybe try and do a sample with something. Do we have any kind of material? Fuck.
sample with something.
Yeah, like, because I have a feeling that that's still going to be a little bit too big. Once you
okay.
get or you're going to end up with your handle material way too thin.
Yeah, I also want to get that on there a little bit more, so I have a little bit more of a divot.
Yeah, I would give it a
finger.
little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know where you're heading.
I'm going right behind.
All right, well. This is not good. This is annoying. Every time I go to see someone, they stop doing, oh, we are doing some.
Alright, nice work.
Oh, for crying out loud. I miss everything.
Yep, the more pins you have, the more difficult it is to line them up. Alright. So, that's why I like to put placeholders in there. See that? Alright, so that one is fine.
I'm not going to take your advice on because of the way this.
All right. You know what's going to happen? Well, you are just going to just have a thinner handle material. That's all.
Perfect.
Of course it's going to be perfect.
Like me.
Well, you are perfect. Perfect. Pain in the dick. How's it going, Brian?
It's going really good.
Yeah?
We got our whole
This one?
drill, we got our pins cut.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to take a quick picture of that as well.
I should know this. I'll show you.
I
Now I
can't
just got to take
Even on top of this, so I didn't get
take the tape off, and we got to trace it. And then we'll take it over to the saw and.
So, how long do you think it's gonna, or what do you think you'll be able to get done tonight?
I'm sorry?
What do you think, how much do you think you'll be able to get done tonight? Do you think you'll be able to get
I
glued?
think it might be.
And even, I would even put
I think Chuck was saying it might be
This would make a beautiful
A two-nighter?
Might be a sooner, because
Yeah.
for the epoxy, I think he was talking
Yeah.
about the setup
I think that,
a little bit longer.
yeah, because there's the quick one, and then that's the one that you usually use for the workshops because those are quick setting, and then there's the other one that takes overnight, and they tend to be a little more
Right,
industrial.
right. So like Chuck was saying that we needed to let that epoxy set.
Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
so this is kind of, oh, that's what mine is right now. I have it on the, I don't even know what those are called.
If you want to be really
What?
fancy about it, 3/16.
Yeah. What's the in-between part called? I can't remember the flipping word.
I'm thinking about doing 3/16 and then.
I feel like this is far too close up,
It's so
and I have it in my face.
devil's advocate. Mosaic is a Damascus pin on top of Damascus.
Okay. So. I'm thinking about doing a 3/16 pin here, and then an 1/8 inch pin here, and an 1/8 inch pin here, and a lanyard tube in the back.
Why does everybody want to do the lanyard tubes? I mean,
Because, I don't know why.
They're well on smaller blades like this. Like putting a little lanyard on, kind of like
Right.
this,
yeah.
can actually give you a little bit. Fine.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a coffin handle.
It actually will allow you to, one, if you're wearing it, you can find the tassel very easy and backtrack it without looking for the handle. Two, it also can actually help fill out the handle a little bit with some of the new paracord lanyards that you can get.
I
Three,
see.
it also adds a safety strap if you're doing like blade chopping or testing or things like that, so that it doesn't come flying out of your hand
Gotcha.
accidentally. So there's a lot of really good options that you can do with lanyard tubes. From a survival standpoint too, if you have lanyard tubes instead of like pins, the lanyard tube is still a mechanical pin through there, but you can actually lash it to things and make a longer tool, for instance.
Yeah. Well, and
So
you
wouldn't have
will.
this beefy of a handle if you did that though.
Yeah. Now I have talked about using paracord in those lanyard things, and paracord being like
This is a really
an
dusty one that
all-purpose.
I had floating around, but this is 550.
And how long would that be if it were
I don't know.
stretched
I bet
out?
this one actually made. I'm guessing that this one's probably going to be probably a foot or two long when it's actually undone all the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And then can you unpeel it or peel
No,
it?
I'm not gonna do that.
No, dude, that's not what I was saying. Can you peel it? Like if you had to use it
Oh,
and like pull the different.
yes, you could peel it apart. I wouldn't know how to put it back together after you peeled it apart.
Well, I wouldn't expect that. I
yeah,
think
you
you're
can.
using
That's
it
the idea.
peeled
Is like
apart.
those bracelets.
Yeah.
Survival bracelets or whatever, were lanyard.
Right.
Paracord?
The paracord.
Exactly.
And they end up being like longer, and you could use some of it for starting fires and wicks and stuff like that.
You could use it for stuff. Absolutely.
Fires and wicks and stuff.
So those are great to put on your camping blades and things like that.
Great little survival.
Yeah.
They're all in here. So just
This is the very scientific process of figuring out where pinholes are.
And this is the stance that one takes, correct?
If one isn't messing around. Yeah.
So we have a question. Do you use any epoxy for the handle if someone wanted to set an item in a hilt?
Yes.
So yeah,
So-
that makes sense.
So yeah,
because
we can either so here's some epoxy handles that I did, and what we can do is we can simply put whatever you want in the epoxy.
no,
Or
what it
is
says.
that not the question?
No, that's not the question.
Well, why don't you ask the question?
I
right
did ask it. You just man listen.
there? What's that? I'm sorry.
I hate you. I'm gonna go ask Chuck because I know he'll know the answer. So TJ wants to know, do you see or do you use any epoxy for the handle if someone wanted to set an item in a hilt?
So if what I'm hearing is that it's like casting in like a butt cap or a resin block.
So I guess I'm gonna ask for a little more clarification, but my assumption would be is when you're putting in the hilt, do you use epoxy to hold it in?
All right, so
Or
hilts, I'm trying to think of guard, or are we talking about butt cap, or I epoxy everything with G-Flex because it's a very slow setting, super strong, highest standard for bike anchors.
yeah.
There's a lot of different epoxies out there. A lot of them are really good. G-Flex is one of the better known ones.
The handle.
Yeah, so we can epoxy
To
is what we use
set
to
it,
hold
oh,
it.
I see. So if he wants to set something in a handle, that makes more sense. So like maybe a gem or something like that.
I would, I have not actually set gems, so I would have to probably research that one. I do know that you can inlay or embed, and you can definitely use pins and or epoxy for that. A lot of bolsters, we'll actually pin and epoxy. Brass bolster will put a brass pin through it so that when it's polished, you won't even see the pin, but we also back that up with epoxy. I know that from putting like gems or things in handles, Dan's actually experimenting around with casting stuff in the handle. The hard part about that is getting it to stay put and then not grinding it off when you're contouring it.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, yeah, but this is where like working with John, getting something customized in that perspective.
Yeah, and actually that's fine because I actually had him do an inlay test for me.
Oh, really? What was it?
That was on the Elvish sword.
Oh.
He did the lapis lazuli.
Oh, yeah.
And so that lapis lazuli is actually a stone that glows in the dark, and that's right in the middle of it's framed on either side by a black stabilized sculpted maple. And
That's that, yeah.
So yeah, I haven't done it so like that myself, but I've worked with people to have inlays or things like that done.
Yeah. Now, Josh Jett, he was over earlier, and he's an amazing tattoo artist.
Yay, Josh! Yay, Josh!
Yay,
my
Josh!
Phoenix, son.
So I have that one from Josh. And this one, we still have to finish it. You can't see it. And then I have a gargoyle. Oh my god, I fucking bumped my gargoyle. Sorry. Anyway, so he does a lot of work. Okay, so here's the thing, the question. So the item is the first rib from my son's surgery.
Okay.
So maybe that set inlaid in the handle material. So
It's a what now?
it's a part of his son's rib from his first surgery. So his son must have had surgeries. He's not. It's not sick, you psycho.
It's cool.
Okay, so actually, interestingly enough, I do have
Did he extract it himself?
Jesus Christ.
I do have an opinion on this one. Depending on the size of the blade and the size of the rib, I would recommend having it cast.
Yeah.
And then you would do handle slabs off of that. So that we probably stabilize the rib first because bone is very porous and is prone to expansion and contraction over time. If you ever seen unstabilized bone handles or antlers, there's a lot of dimensional changes that happen over time. So I would recommend having it stabilized, and I would almost treat it more like a reliquary, and that if it's too big, just have a small piece of it rather than the whole thing. Or as sad as it is, but as happy as I am to be able to offer it, I've also done some memorial handles over the years with cremation remains. So you can also, if you wanted it to be more of an even mix, so to speak, we could actually have the bone ground up. And add it to the emulsion of the epoxy and the dyes and whatever else we did with it. But then you would definitely have that in the handle.
Yeah. You did that for several people.
For a few people, yeah.
One of our favorite people.
And a few pets as well, actually.
Yeah.
So those are options that are out there now too, which is it's pretty amazing to be able to offer it. It's kind of sad that it's something we can't offer.
But it's such a cool way to hold on to a piece of the family member,
Exactly.
And
it becomes an heirloom.
it does,
And
And
even more if you're like a deep eater, because now you've got an heirloom that's blood family level.
now you did one for Jack, right?
We're working on it.
Oh, does he not know? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're working on, they're going to be shipped out hopefully this week.
Oh, good.
That's going to be honeybees.
Yeah, I can't wait. And you said it's the black and white with the honeycomb,
Black and yellow.
black and yellow.
Yeah, Carla loved these.
Yeah. You said she had bee houses by the house?
I think that they mentioned that she's into these. I'm not 100% sure on that.
How's it going over here? Let's look at your stuff.
Not ready for the band, so
Awesome.
we'll let
Let's hold that.
Mr. Chuck take a peek at it.
Okay, let's take a look.
Oh.
Yep. We're right on the edge here, so I'm probably not even
Might
going to
go-
do that.
No, what I would recommend
Lop
is lop that piece off first.
Yep,
Make some relief cuts in here,
yep.
and then just come at it from the side, and then that piece should fall out, and then we'll have extra. So stay on or outside the white line. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's not easy, especially when you're not real familiar with those machines. Although, I am also a flippin' perfectionist.
I was like, your porta-bands have new blades on them, don't they?
The one you have the light on over there does, definitely.
Dude,
Well, this is why I hate coffin nail handles, because look, that one is not even with that one. And so either I gotta grind the metal off to make sure
yeah.
it matches,
Leave it.
or I gotta move it forward and push it out a little bit.
I would say reposition it, move it in another 16th of an inch.
Where the actual other dot is.
Across all the way,
Yeah.
and then make sure it fits, because you still have to ream those out too.
I did. I did.
Okay, but I would leave those alone,
Right.
reposition them, move them in a little bit, because you're always going to take just a little bit more off of this.
Yeah.
so you're saying, no, he's not going to take any more off of the inside then? Because, oh, that's where it is. Didn't you say, aren't you? Yeah, that's,
Well, the thing is once we get the handles on, then we'll know where they actually sit through the handles. Then you can take more off and make everything align properly. If you do it now, you might end up running. You can
Too
always
small.
Yeah, you can take more off, you can't put it back.
but he really shouldn't do anything more up here because that would jink up.
Well, if like so, for instance, if this were my blade, I would bump it up about 1/4 of an inch, bump it in about 1/16 of an inch on all of these.
Right. You'd make this one look like this one as opposed to the other way around.
and then leave these for pass through.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, you gel fill them. If I don't see you taking that much off.
No.
But it's just another pass through pin for the handle then. And then you've got them positioned the way you want to.
Yeah.
So. Coffin nails are a pain in the butt.
I like ruining your dreams.
I know you do.
I'm just a perfectionist.
My dreams are all ruined.
How's it going?
It's all your fault.
Well, at least I haven't ruined your delusions.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
So here's, you got that fine. Okay,
So here's part of the problem is I just go, does that look alright? And then I start cleaning it.
You know why?
Why?
You don't have the patience. You're just like, I just want this shit to be done because it's going to be cool when it's
I want
done.
it to be cool.
I'm excited.
It needs to be cool right now.
I know, right?
Okay.
I'm just making myself a little spot to work here.
I did listen to everything that Chuck heard, right?
And then
Never listen to them. All I know is that I'm very smart and you should like me much better.
oh, it's just practice. That's literally all it is practice.
It's pretty cool looking. I actually really like the shape. I tend to gravitate more towards the softer.
Yes. The more bubbly.
Yeah, I tend to like that rather than, I mean, I like the mix, but yeah. I'm more of the Elvish blade, Persian blade.
And so is Chuck. Chuck's very curved blade.
Yeah, you and I align on that, my love.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He likes his blades to be short and up close, and I also like mine to be
This is the
long
set
and
that you
stabby.
remember. This is the set that you and I collaborated on the
I
design
know.
for. So that's still going to happen.
I absolutely love the look of those.
And I'm working. I just Josh is actually plasma cutting the L-round blade for me tonight.
Woohoo! That's
Can't
insane.
wait to get that one ready for the run through.
I don't know what to do. I've been walking around asking questions and talking to you fools.
This is great.
So close. We're so close. Wait, take two.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
You like that? Huh? Oh!
Wallace is not allowed to wear that.
What do you mean?
We don't want you to wear his knife.
Oh, yeah.
But he's wearing a racist t-shirt.
Yeah.
Definitely not racist. Anti-racist.
Are you gonna make knives?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna fight with them?
I'm just gonna play with him.
Yeah.
You're gonna be Jay Nielsen with him later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fortune
destroy
fire.
someone's knife on the 26th.
Did Scotty Claus's check clear for breaking Dan's
I
knife?
think I like
Scott a what?
Scotticus.
Scotticus?
Yes.
Scotticus Clausmas. No, that's not right.
Scotticus knife.
Scotticus Rex?
It's kinda Scottic.
Oh.
How long have we been doing this? Like, has it been over an hour? I have no concept of time. I know it's 6:70.
You
Nope.
want Wallace to take over the camera?
I don't care. It's up to you.
Okay.
Wallace, do you want to come play with the camera?
How many people are on right now? Love the shirt. I thought it
Liz said,
I thought it said love the
ah,
shirt.
crap, I can't read the thing because the slow connection sign. Is he fighting with the knife or is he using the knife in a fight? Very different approaches. I'm pretty sure that both are good.
It's not the size of the
Tune
fight and the
in,
knife, but the
Memorial
size of the
Day
knife and the
weekend.
fight.
Definitely a fan of this though.
You know, it's a good thing.
Good curvature of the hand.
Kira's trying to take it easy.
Listen to.
She's pasty as all get out. What are you stabbing?
Want a punch can?
You want to punch a can?
Yeah.
Think what kind of can are you going to punch?
Who wants to punch me?
We'll put Paul up.
Okay.
Who gets to wear these knives?
Make sure you're trying to get the names.
I
This stuff too, just FYI, Kira just asked me to do
it's been out there the whole time.
And we're gonna,
And now for this marketing break. Tribal Edge, Blades by Chuck, forging field functional art since 2005.
you have to figure out what shape you want.
Perfect!
Perfect.
Except that's not quite centered. So, here's a trick, right? Check this out. That hole's not centered in there. Watch this.
So, what do you... Oh, no, it's almost centered. It's almost,
What do you think, off this side a little bit now?
yes, just this side.
That
Right
side's-
here,
That's gonna be hot.
it's a little bit fat. And yes, I'm fat shaming. Yeah. We have 1 hour left. How do you, no fat shaming. Too late, too late. I fat shamed all over that knife.
You fat shamed all over.
How is it? How's your hole?
I think the hole is good now. Not that there was anything wrong with it before.
Are you coming over Saturday to work in the shop?
Probably.
Alright, because I wanted to get video footage of,
Ryan's still over there working
I'd
diligently.
like to have that,
Well,
yeah, so, you heard it here, I'm gonna be, I think, doing a separate video on Dan's spear handle this week.
That would be.
no, it's alright. I don't want to touch the screen, I'm afraid.
I'm getting the spear.
No, sorry, getting the spear. Dan's gonna be helping.
Oh shit. That's.
Hey, no, bud.
Yeah, he's wait for it.
Brian,
Right? Well,
that's you.
yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're playing D&D. Yeah.
they did.
Yeah, you? Awesome.
I did not.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using liners at all? No.
I messed this up. I know
You just you can shape that out.
I had it decent, and then I went back to get another piece off. When in doubt, you got Chuck.
Yeah. Man, that is loud. What do we got going on over here?
There's a knife.
That looks like a knife, Dan.
Right? There's another knife.
Interesting. Are
Right.
these commissions?
This one's actually for Drew.
Oh, right on.
Right.
So which one's this in your line?
This one is
120.
the
I'm gonna do the same thing.
the little tiny stabby thing.
Tiny. Oh, that's
I don't have names for any of mine.
perfect.
So it's like, this is actually EDC version 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we can have a naming competition.
There you go. I'm with it. And there we go. Let's get over here.
One more note before we go to the trying to really do the whole section before I start actually torturing you. You love some direction?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a U20. And now, after we're done with this grid, we're going to go to NCM 400, NCM 800, and then steel wool. You want to take your time with that, because anything that you don't get will show up when you polish it as scratches, lit up white. Resin is gorgeous, but it's also really unforgiving when it comes to showing scratches and stuff. And we got after now. Do the whole thing. Yep, no, that's it. Yep, let me grab the other stuff. So we're going to go over here and grab, because you don't want to be on the hard surface. So that's 400. All you're going to do is this.
Okay.
Until you get rid of the scratches from the used 220.
Okay.
And then go to 800, same thing. Then 1500. And then bucket with steel wool. We'll hit it with that. And you'll be ready to glue.
Okay.
This should only take a couple minutes per pad.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, I got 2 new blades that I'm going to be drilling holes in 19 feet. So
Heh.
Check that one out, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, other one for you too.
Okay. This is a fighter in the future for sure.
Yep. And then this is the hybrid version of
Oh. So if you guys hear us say hybrid, just know that it probably comes with a ring on it.
it. I put a ring on it.
Put a ring on
I
it.
put a ring on it.
Some people go to Jared, we go to Chuck.
Nothing says I love you like weapons of death.
Nothing. Oh yeah. Look at that.
First gift to me was a blade.
That's good in hand. And this isn't even done yet.
And you right there had to marry her.
Oh
Jared's
yes.
got the prototype for that one. That's the KMZ one. And that's yeah.
Oh, dirt. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now.
But actually, that one, I can show you guys what it looks like.
Here we go. Take us into your shop.
So let's come right over here.
I'm right over here. Sorry, y'all. We're spinning. Oh my God.
So that's what it looks like finished.
So what's the handle material?
This is a big leaf maple burl.
Oh
It
wow.
was a double dyed, stabilized, and there's our lanyard tube. But I like it because it's kind of like a fidget spinner for me, you know. But I just love how it fits in the hand. It's comfortable saber grip or reverse grip. It's not so big and heavy that it's going to pull my pants down. But
Yeah.
it's also, this one is 5/32 rather than the 1/8 inch. Just kind of want to try something a little beefier.
So there's a use case for that then, right? Like I feel like you'd probably be more comfortable batoning that if you had to.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Thicker spine, tougher spine. I didn't take it all the way up to the spine for a full distal taper.
Gotcha.
Which I'm going to try on one blade just because I want to see how I can push that balance back and lighten the weight a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not heavy as it is, but
Oh.
it's a stout blade. It's a beefy
Woof.
workhorse.
It's giving off Elvis vibes a little bit to me. It really is.
Say it's not so.
And this grind is sick. So
Yep.
tell us about this grind, because I know you didn't go up with it all the way, but how do
Yeah.
you get such detail in there?
Honestly, it's a matter of I started at 93. That's kind of my starting point, is 93 degrees on my bevel jig. And I like using bevel jigs when it comes, especially when it comes to being able to make a reproducible blade.
Yeah.
Design's popular, people want it, so I can go back and go, okay, you know what? I use this angle on this thickness of steel, and then we can actually grind it from there. And yeah. But for this one, I was going for edge retention for the temper, and a little bit more stout angle for having some support behind the edge.
Yeah.
But I still want it to be vorpal sharp when we go to sharpen it. Yeah. So the distal taper that I want to take it all the way up to the spine for the next one, and then taper it out so that it'll be lighter. There'll be much more of a meat eater edge, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. This one I wouldn't feel actually bad if I had to actually stick it on something and then try to get it started or pound it out.
Would you use that for like a camper blade? Would you
I
be
would use it
comfortable
for a
with that?
camper or skinner. Maybe not a bushcraft blade.
Not necessarily that,
But
but
it
yeah.
makes a nice supplement as a holdout or as a secondary blade.
Gotcha.
I'm a firm believer in intentional design, so this is not intentionally designed as a bushcraft or camper, but it certainly has attributes that would suit it in a pinch.
So for its intended design, is it meant to be an EDC then?
Everyday carry, rope wrench. It's got good properties when it comes to things like self-defense or personal protection. I obviously hope I never have to use one for that.
Yeah.
But a blade is a tool of today's society. I don't make pants anymore. It's like I feel uncomfortable if I don't have that in my wallet and my phone.
No,
So-
it's all part of the pat down.
Exactly.
The morning pat down.
Pocket check, and I'm
Pocket
the
check.
guy who's dropping blades left and right. But yeah. So anyway, this is one of the newest designs, and I'm just really happy about it.
I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
That grind really sticks out to me. Overall feel though, and it's sharp. There's teeth on this thing, and it has with as thick of a billet you started out with, right? Like this
Yeah.
feels like well balanced. Like there's hardly anything to it.
Yeah, the edge is the last thing I put on. I still have to make a sheath for it, so I haven't ground the final edge bevels on it yet. But it's going to take a really nice edge. It's going to hold with a really nice edge because of the heat treating temper that we put it through. And I think the next one I'm actually going to put a Maori fin on, which is going to be kind of like a swedge along the spine. So it'll just come back from like here, right off the back thumb riser area there.
Oh, wow.
And that will also take a little bit of weight off it. Add some interest
Oh.
in terms of facets and lighting. If that were Damascus, which is absolutely going to happen, you'd see a whole different line of Damascus character along that Maori fin as well.
Holy cow.
So that's going to be one of the next modifications I do to it. Kira's got the prototype for the ring, the hybrid version. This is the prototype for this version. Eventually it'll go on the table after I'm done petting it and caressing it and telling it it's beautiful.
We got a good question from Mom.
Yeah?
She's asking if you could make a blade that would represent my personality, what style would it be? That's from Mom. So remember, you gotta sleep with her. You gotta sleep with her at night. So you better make it a good question, sir.
Oh, she is obviously a Karambit.
Is that good enough, Tasha? Do you feel like you are a karambit?
I'm gonna so die.
You are as tiny as a Filipino lady. I'll give you that height-wise for sure.
And is vicious.
And as vicious.
You know, Chuck, the real answer is a beautiful and dangerous one.
I said that. Karambit.
Right? That's true. That is true.
Just like the first blade I ever gave her.
Is it really?
Yep.
The first blade you ever gave me?
Damascus Karambit.
A Damascus karambit? Oh man, you was putting in all the stops for her.
Well, she is the mama of the house.
Uh-huh.
And she is my lady.
The head matriarch.
So, all right, let's see what we got going on next. How are we doing over there, folks, Ryan?
Everything just went back to 1500 again.
Okay. All right, so what we've got here, I'm not sure how well the lighting on this particular camera works. Let's get another light here. So, when we go to glue this, we're not going to be able to get at the front anymore because the blade will be there, right? Yep. Obviously, this will be a weird handle, but I'm willing to try. Let's go for it. Now, so I had Brian shape and sand and steel wool this front area here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit it on the buffer, and we're going to get it all polished up so that when we go to glue it, we don't have to worry about trying to get that anymore. Mm-hmm. It's already done. We don't have to worry about scratching up the blade. So I'm going to go right on the other side here, Brian. And I just wanted to kind of make sure I got a chance to show everyone the before and after, because not much polishing at all. And you can always continue polishing. So that's before. Okay, clear shot?
Clear shot.
Cool, I wasn't sure how wide it was. Incidentally, John Bryant from Muskoka Turner, who does all my handle materials, I love you and hate you because you keep posting stuff that I want. And this was one of them.
So Chuck's really saying, remember him at Christmas.
So with resin, you never want to push too hard, especially when your buffer turns as fast as this one, which I wish it didn't, because it's really easy to melt and bruise it. And the key is just patience. So this is how it's starting to get. We're not quite there yet, but you see how it's a little bit more uniform and a little shinier there.
Yeah.
Also, it's really easy to over resin the wheel, over rouge the wheel. So don't. Less is more in this case.
That's a good thing to remember because you'll get those weird white streaks into it.
Right.
If you don't do it. I know because I did it on my first blade.
Right. And it also builds up heat quicker too.
Yeah.
It's like because the rouge is still a very, very high grit abrasive.
Makes sense.
So friction is a thing.
Alright. It's either my first blade or my second one. Whichever one we did that had the tip that got dark. That was the one I
You can see it
overreached
mine's
for
poison
sure.
if you want, man.
Okay. I think some of this metal in the Damascus is hardened.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Alright, now look at that. That's what we're looking for.
Ooh, there we go.
So just patience and a light touch. And now when we go to glue that, we won't have to worry about trying to polish that or anything later. We'll still taper it off, but it's not going to hurt the polish that we have.
Right
Patience
on.
and a light touch, fellas. Remember that one.
Words to live by.
Words to live by.
And I like that too. Alright.
Mom, Dad.
Okay, so next step. Do you want to do the fast epoxy or do you want to do the slow set stronger epoxy?
Let's do what we talked about doing the first time.
Okay, alright, cool. Then we're gonna grab. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away.
Why would you choose one over the other?
So, in a workshop context, walk with me.
Yeah.
In a workshop context, we have a very limited time box in which to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for that, I want to make sure that we have a decent epoxy, but the 5-minute epoxies really work best for that because otherwise you end up spending a couple hours twiddling your thumbs and waiting for it to set to the point where you can work it.
Yeah.
So with the faster the set, typically the quicker the brittleness comes over time.
Oh.
The slower the set, the more elasticity it tends to have, the stronger it tends to be, the more durable it tends to be.
Gotcha.
So I use the fast epoxy for the workshops,
Yep.
and I've still got blades I made with that, 10, 15 years ago, and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But for production blades and for commissions, I need to use the best I can possibly use because I'm not bound by time.
Yeah.
And so then I'll use the G-Flex,
Gotcha.
or a JB Weld has a body bond that is really good in some cases as well for certain blades. And it is just super slow setting, super strong, metallized.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I try to pick the best epoxy for the situation that I'm working with.
Right on.
Today we're going to use G-Flex because Brian's local and he can come back and work with me as our schedules come in.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to need about quarter size of each. Okay. I'll grab you maybe.
That's what we did.
Yep.
50-50, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, perfect.
Great idea.
Yeah, I got the shots inside.
Yep. Yep. There's that.
Thank you for standing in.
Yes, ma'am.
And just mix the ever living crap out of that. While you do that, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the handles here. So we want to make sure that we get any hand oils, dust, and stuff like that off of the handles, so that we can make sure that we're getting epoxy bonding to the surfaces that we want to.
Gotcha.
One of the kind of cool things with this is if you look at it like right now, when we wipe it off with the acetone, it's going to temporarily show you kind of how it might polish out when we're done with all the sanding and polishing.
Oh, wow. That's
And of course it'll
beautiful.
disappear because this stuff disappears like brake cleaner.
Evaporates fast.
Yep,
Man,
which
that's
is what we
pretty
want,
sweet.
actually.
Yeah.
So now let's find the blade.
So did you say how long this is going to take to set normally?
This is going to take probably, we're going to let this set for at least 24 hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
You would be able to work it for at least 12 to 18 hours.
Okay.
And I'm also going to take some of this rust off here, okay?
Why are we taking rust off that?
Just because, with this, I want to make sure that we have as clean of a bonding surface as we can.
Okay.
And rust, the epoxy will bond to the rust, but rust will also release from the metal. So,
You guys need anything?
I'm good, thanks.
Drink.
Nope, I'm good.
I'll have one bourbon.
Absolutely. You want ice? Olive?
I'm all set. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm also trying to take off rust and not stock removes.
Yeah.
So that saber was given to me from the contractor that built my barn.
Oh wow.
And they found it behind an old barn from the 1850s that was behind a wall when they took it down. And they knew that I, enjoyed things like that, knives and swords and whatnot. So they gave it to me. So now that Chuck and I have gotten hooked up,
Right on.
I decided let's put a handle on it and.
So that's the original blade and everything. You just took the blade design and made your handles for it then?
Correct.
Right on. Good skill. Do we have any idea what kind of steel that may be?
What's that?
Do we have any idea what kind of metal it is? Probably not.
No, when I was exposing it earlier, I'm guessing it's probably going to be something like 5160 or L6 if it's that old. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't able to really find anything specific on it.
Okay.
But the shape of the blade, the fact that it's got blood written, the fullers and stuff, the shape reminds me a lot of some old cavalry sabers.
Oh.
I don't know how it is exactly. It's not new, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, mine's upstairs.
All right, man. Let's take a look at your baby.
I'm gonna get the blade side dialed in.
There we
I want
go.
everything to run parallel, which is kind of gonna be
Rather risk,
might be a little tricky. So
you, Mr.
we'll do it at the end, and we'll do it like this. I'll take this off, and we'll do it like that.
There you go.
Just like that. Right?
Yep.
Thank you, dear.
So paint both sides.
Right on. This thing's gonna be super fast when you get it done.
Yeah. Let's see.
I believe in you, Dad. There we go.
It's a little hot to hold.
Yeah. Dip it off the man. Thank you.
Alright, we've got this as roughed up as we can without taking off a lot more meat. And so what Brian is doing now is he's using both sides of the handles with a G-flex. We're going to put the handles on one side, or the pins on one side, drop it down, sandwich it, and then clamp it. Then we just clean up the front, and then it's just going to be a waiting game.
Right on.
Tasha's really shy about it. Did she show everybody what she's working on? Because she's
Yeah.
actually a bladesmith herself. So she picked out these beautiful handles. They're a purple and orange hybrid.
Ooh.
And we put them on liners.
Right on.
And this is going to be her custom kitchen cleaver.
Woo.
So,
All right. What stock are we using for that kitchen cleaver, man?
I know, right? So,
To the kitchen?
yeah.
Nice.
Yep, and it's all her design, her ergonomics. So
That
I'm
is
pretty proud of
thick.
her. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get her down here one of these days to finish up while we're on camp.
Yeah.
Alright, how are we doing here, sir? Alright, good, good.
As you can see,
Your way, you put the kitchen in.
there's always vermin around when you're around sharp, pointy things. Always. Clamps.
Oh, Brian, I'm not sure if you're on or not, but I'll be sending this to you. After the show tonight, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. But this is revision 1 of my rip off that blade you sent me for inspiration here.
Okay.
It's 7 3/4 inches long overall length. The blade length itself falls within the parameters you described. I went with a circular ring here. And then there's your glass breaker spike, and that will actually, I'm trying to find one, let me come over here a minute. Let me get that ready. So that glass breaker or spike, I actually nudged over a little bit, but actually acts like a little brass knuckle.
There we go.
If you
It's a nice punch.
want to get it. But that was based on the description that you gave me and things like that. So,
Yeah.
one of the things I'm really feel strongly about is that offset of the ring, so that when you make a fit, it's in the right spot. A lot of people like to just stick a ring off the back, and then it's a weird thing. So there's the reason I tend to offset my rings as much as I do.
Makes sense to me. Especially if you're going to be punching something with it.
Absolutely. Let's push these pins to the further, or we go like that. Dude, hold them apart. Is it long? Yeah. That's okay. Remember, we have the metal between them, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's the worst thing that happened today? I was in a focus on that. That's okay. Put it on there. Let's put it on there. Yep. Nope, put it right there. Or you can come on here. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I've got to turn that around. Sorry. All right, there we go. Now. There's what we want, right there. See what happens when you don't hold my hand? That's okay. I think I'm going to hold your hand, son. I was so focused on making sure my epoxy was right, and I put my pins all in one side. That was absolutely okay. Right. And like I said, that's the worst that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just one for the record book.
No, I've made some mistakes myself, man. So
I made some mistakes. Remember the original Gladiator? I was just so involved in the handle, I forgot about the blade, right? Alright, so now...
that can happen to anyone, though.
I actually wrecked my elbow literally at Fort Henry. I'm trying to pull the handles off the blade. Remember that with the Gladiator?
Yeah.
That after they were almost, they weren't quite set, but it didn't sit right when I went to clamp it. I had to pull it off, they did not want to come off. I ended up having to cut them off.
Oh.
And I had to, I think I put 2 sets of handles on that in that Gladiator.
There was 2 sets of handles.
And that was the practice run.
Yeah. That Gladius is in a new home, isn't it?
The commission is, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, but I've got the test run still. They're looking for a home.
Hear that, people? You can be your own gladiator.
Oh, you know how to entertain!
You should be.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm just cleaning up this area right in here so that it doesn't look like crap when it dries. You never want to use the same spot more than once if you can help it, because then you're just smearing the epoxy around.
Makes sense.
And I'm going to have Brian take a look at this and critique it as soon as I get that cleaned up. So, grab the blade and take a look down there, see if there's anything else you want to be cleaned up.
Looks clean.
Okay, then what we're going to do now is we're going to sit and wait.
Hey.
So we'll set this right here.
How's it feeling, Dan?
And now what you can do is you can use our liquid cut finder to clean any epoxy off that you
I think the blade is too long. I think the blade actually
Let
needs
me
to...
see.
Really?
Dude, no.
I think
it needs
it's
to
I think
come
it's a
back
good
to
length,
back here.
actually.
It's your, so that's an artistic design decision, but I think the proportions you have are perfect.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's your gent.
this is a boot knife.
Right.
That's an EDC.
Okay. So, okay, it's your call. I'm not gonna try and influence it.
What do you think?
I think you should do
What's
it as
the
is.
what do the people think?
So for me, EDC implies many
Yeah.
holes.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
And if you start getting down to this short,
Yeah.
it becomes
Yeah.
less effective as a pokey thing and as a slashy thing.
Yeah. Might be a slashy thing for boxes.
And we wear clothes in Michigan. We aren't in serapes and
I
thongs and things like that.
Oh wow.
Oh, very cool. That's
It's
pretty.
a nice little occlusion there.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's almost like a perfectly drilled occlusion.
Right?
It's like someone tried to sabotage you.
Some air got in there somewhere when they were folding the steel.
Yep.
Look at that.
Brian's on the handle.
I almost
Yeah.
got into it. I am too. I was like, oh thank God.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. And
In fact, I think you should put a swedge on it.
What I heard was Wallace is going to buy this blade.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what I heard.
Check
That's
is
what I
in the
heard.
mail.
Right? The check is in the
Checks
mail.
in the mail, man.
Wallace is going to respect me in the morning.
What was that Anthony Mackie said? Cash the check? Cut the check. That was it.
Cut the check.
At the end of every scene in Avengers,
Yep.
cut the check.
Cut the check.
Okay. I think I'm on track here.
You know what that blade
Chuck,
actually reminds me of?
Timing for heat treat.
Mm.
I have to drill 2 holes,
Okay.
and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
You know,
So, what was your question?
you know what that design reminds me of, low
What's
key. Remember that movie Hunted?
I can see-
It gives off that vibes. I think
I
it's
can see that.
because they didn't have a ring blade, but I think the kind of the shape of the
No,
blade
that was-
itself and part of the handle.
Well, actually, Tommy Lee Jones' blade that he foot napped was very close. Was closer to that.
That was the movie Tommy Lee Jones was after
Yeah.
he got trained years
But
ago.
Yep.
the one that Benicio del Toro used was actually a Tom Brown tracker.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Tom Brown tracker is
Yep.
quite famous.
So that was the one that he used.
I was gonna do a riff on a Tom Brown tracker, but the Tom Brown tracker is so ugly, I can't even fix it.
Right here, folks.
Right?
Oof.
Now, I actually took his inspiration, and that was where that bushcraft, that bushcraft beastie, that 1/4-inch one.
Okay.
That was where the inspiration came from. But yeah,
Did you,
no,
did you
he's
try
got-
holding this one?
he's got so many compounds.
Is that
behind
finger
him.
well deep enough?
Ooh. No, I think that's actually pretty good.
Is it? Okay.
Huh.
And then, should I do 1, 2, 3, or just 1, 2?
Well, it's not like you're gonna be beating it up. I think you could actually live with just 2.
Just 2? I think I'll just do 2.
Yeah, Dan.
1/8 inch or 16th inch? Yes, sir.
Can I put your eyeballs on this? I'm looking at the lanyard tube. I want to try
Yes,
and
ma'am.
keep with equidistant. And the gray on gray is messing up
Is there more than that?
No, did you say hi?
Oh, Chuck.
the position for me.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah?
You had it.
Lori says hi.
Lori? Hi, Lori Beck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hiya!
Our Lori.
Yay! Okay, got it?
Make sure you're looking at the comments too. I just wasn't sure whether or not you were seeing them. And then there
Yeah,
is,
thank you for
you're
that.
at 134 right now.
Pretty long to have you in here.
25 more minutes.
Take advantage of your surgically altered eyes.
Although,
Perfect.
up close, they're terrible. So.
I think for our Forge and Fire event, we're going to spread these out a
Perfect.
little bit so you guys each have your own space.
Yeah, that's cool.
Speaking
Wait,
of
wait,
which,
wait. What's that? A force and
Memorial
what?
Day weekend.
There we go.
If you guys are bored and you sit on the deck with your drinks and want to sign into something on your tablet or your phone, we are actually going to be having our own Forge and Fire inspired event for 2 of my closest friends and apprentices. It's kind of a rite of passage for them. And they're going to be going head to head. Scotta Claus and Danathan here.
Scotta Claus versus Danathan?
Yep.
I don't
Gotta
know.
do, you know what?
That's
we
stiff
gotta do
competition, bro.
One of those intro animations for
yeah,
it.
yeah, right,
where we
right.
can do like a old school Street Fighter.
Oh, there we go.
Danathan!
Oh, you
Yep.
get a
So-
video of me punching a Honda? It'd be perfect.
Yeah, dude.
So we're going to be running a 2-day event. It's going to be Saturday and Sunday. Saturday will be probably somewhere, well, we're still at any times. It'll probably be like noon to 4, 1 to 5. It's going to be a 4-hour forging round where it will end when they dip it in the oil for the heat treat. We'll temper them overnight. We'll come back on Sunday, probably about the same time, 4 hours. And they're going to be going from temper to finish. And then we're going to be doing our testing afterwards, where our current cameraman, Mr. Wally G, who
Yeah.
happens to also be my 2IC in the cadets class we teach together, and my highest rated student currently, for Kali and Suat, will be acting as Doug Marcadia and Jay Nielsen and doing his best to break the blade if it was ever checked and clear.
You guys are gonna see Dan cry, people.
He ain't gonna,
Tune
he ain't
in.
gonna do shit. man.
Tune
Dan asked me
in.
the other day if Wallace accepted Bitcoin. I don't know.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
So we're going to be
Cue
having
the
fun with
tears.
that. We're going to be actually on the kill test. We'll be doing some turkeys and chickens and probably some ribs. And then Kira's going to, of course, smoke them because they're delicious and she's amazing with that. But yeah, tune in, or if you're local, stop by and heckle. We'll be doing it all day. Watch for more things on our page because we'll be ironing out the details and the times and such. But for those of you who know us, know that we have a wonderful tribe and open home and love to see people. So if you don't have anywhere else to be, come join us.
Yay!
Back to the work.
Back to the work. Dan's over here catching strays.
Back to the work. Oh wait,
You're over here catching shots, Dan.
am I?
Yeah, man.
All right, all right. I don't know how to do this.
Kira said you crying isn't anything new.
2 weeks.
Oh!
How do I do this?
I don't know what your schedule
Oh, wait for it! Ooh! Ah!
No.
It's still in one piece, guys.
That's not acceptable.
It's still in one piece.
I think this one goes. Does that one go first?
I don't know,
think This
man.
one goes first. That's not.
Ooh.
Okay. Now we're gonna do it. Now we're gonna do it.
Alright, man, this is it. This is your time to shine, Dan.
Oh boy.
Wait, I know my problem. The only reason I wasn't able to do it before
You're wearing gloves.
is I had gloves.
Because, never mind safety.
This one's still hot.
Quick throw 'em at him.
Hey! Oh!
Next he's going to juggle throwing somewhere.
There we go.
Well, I'll work on it. Just for you guys.
We already got more comments, Dan. They're saying they want to see more.
There you go.
We're juggling.
They said this time.
You know, I figured what we could do is
We're going to be making some of those.
is we can start a pool.
Shurikens?
To see if Dan will bleed.
Who
Ooh!
wants a dartboard set with these?
Hey!
I'll make a bunch of them.
That could be a commission, y'all. Just saying.
Okay, so go ahead and just start kind of looking for your inspiration. And then start something. So remember, if we're looking at my methodology, I want you to make sure you're thinking about the handle. What's your minimal handle size? Okay, and then build from there forward. Okay. Because that goes back to that whole, if it's not comfortable in your grasp, you're not going to want to use it, right? And also there's a bunch of these. Right here, I just pulled them out. So if you're missing some, that's where they went. Okay. And there's the bucket over there as well. So
Okay.
yep.
So with that, we want to go with my here, and
Yep.
then this would be my blade.
Yep. Let me grab and you use as much or as little of the space as you need to for the mission that you want the blade to achieve. So like from here,
Right.
there, and so that would be my hand.
Right.
Right? So I want you to think about what that means for your hand.
Ooh.
Okay?
Yep.
Some design work, I see.
Yeah. Okay, I need to get the holes in this one and the holes in that one. Now we're going to be ready for heat treat. Are you all set for heat treat?
I've got him in the oven.
Ooh.
Okay, perfect. Then let me get caught up here.
I got my buns in the oven.
It's about to be hot cross buns.
Oh, no.
Okay, Dan, can I have your eyeballs again? I'm thinking right about there.
Oh, wait. Move it out.
Oh, yes.
Sit flat. Right there.
Right about there?
Press it down.
Yeah, that gray on gray is.
That's it.
Hey,
Thank you for the second eyes.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
this is what friends do.
This is 5200 ball bearing steel, and it is
Seems like it's fighting you.
it is definitely some tough stuff. I love it for edge retention.
Ah. For the folks at home that don't know, what specifically is edge retention?
And you probably all heard me talk about this at some point, but the kind of the holy grail for knife makers is toughness and edge retention together. Typically, the harder the blade, the better you're going to hold your edge, the less often you're going to have to sharpen it, if used as designed. The softer the blade, the tougher it's going to be, but the more often you're going to have to sharpen it.
Gotcha.
And so like an axe, a machete, a sword, throwing knives, they're tempered very differently than like kitchen knives or skinning blades or things like that. So as the toughness goes up, the edge retention goes down.
Ah.
As the edge retention goes up, the brittleness also increases.
Okay.
The toughness goes down. So I'm tempering this one. I'm going to try and hit that middle ground.
Aha.
Trying to get the best of both worlds that I can.
Yeah.
One of the ways that they try to get around that sometimes is with like blue backing or differential heat treating. and that's where you can actually use a torch to soften the spine while masking the heat from the edge.
Really?
So that you can keep the edge harder. Another thing that you do is a clay heat treat. That's where you can use refractory clay along the spine, and that will cause that part of the blade to heat up less quickly than the edge.
Yeah.
And then when the edge gets up to critical temp, you can actually quench it, and the spine stays softer while the edge fully hardens.
Oh, wow.
And, with certain steels, depending on what you choose, 10 series, W2 is a great one for it. You can actually pull a beautiful hamon or heat treating line. That's that wavy line you see on the katana.
Ah.
But that's a lot of fun to do too. And they're all kind of really quite amazing attempts actually to try and find a way to get the best of both worlds.
Science, people. Who knew?
Actually, trivia, but fun stories because, as well as we'll attest to, I do like my stories. Is that there's actually some pretty cool documented cases of kind of myth and science meeting. And back in the old days, and specifically Vikings is where I read this, was that some of the Smiths would believe that would actually mix the bones of their enemies or of predatory animals that they hunted with their steels as they were forging, so that they would imbue the steel with the properties of that fallen enemy or that predator, and it would make their blades stronger and sharper and things. And the funny thing is, it actually does, but not for the mythological reasons, because you're adding carbon to the blade.
Ah, it's organic matter.
Exactly, so that you can actually harden the
Harden the
blade
blade.
better and have better, edge retention and stuff.
Holy
so it's just
cow.
kind of one of those kind of cool little things where science meets myth.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't even know that. That's really cool.
I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Probably not cool for the other guy, but
No, but
it went to some use.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where I was watching Thor the other night, and they were talking about where magic and myth, or magic and science meet. You know, what is magic but science that's not yet understood, type thing. So, perfect. But that there. Anyway, what time is it on this? Coming up on time?
We're getting close, I think.
Yeah, Dan, do you know what time it is? I just realized I was.
We probably got like 15 minutes left, right?
Ordered at 8.
Okay. All right, well, we got a few minutes left then. All right, I'm all set then, I believe. So let's go ahead and get the oven
Heat treat?
going. Heat
treat.
Where's my other blade?
Did you leave it on the drill? Yep.
Dan, do you want to set it today or do you want me to?
Here.
I'd say 1525. Well, thank you, sir. Alright, so we're going to go for...
Oh, Lori says she wants to make some stars.
Of course Lori wants to make stars. I love stars. That's my favorite dart set right there.
So the plan is Lori's going to make them, Dan's going to try and juggle them.
Okay,
I will try
is
it. Will.
I believe in you, man.
the one thing I would consider is think about how she use it, test it on the surface, and make sure you're not going
What are we heat treating at?
We are treating at 1500 and
about how you're gonna.
25.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the one thing I would say. Would be make sure that you're considering.
There we go.
There we go.
Woo!
Okay, so gotta do the rest of it.
Alright, that's going to
Hey,
take
shot, hold
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
It's going to take a little bit.
Yes, hold 2 hours is fine. What that means for hold is once it hits the temperature, the timer will count down. Because we're doing more than one blade, I don't want to do like the 15 minutes that's called for by the recipe from New Jersey Steel. So I like to set it for longer so we have time to build that heat back up.
I also realized if we got a second rack, we got all of this room.
We do. And
We get to,
A lot of blades.
we could.
and with more people joining the crew, we're gonna have more.
Yep, and I have to get one. That's about $150
Ooh.
investment.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Never mind that.
Fuckers can wait. Well, get a couple sales and we upgrade. That's what we do. We reinvest in the shop.
Yep.
So, one of the coolest things
for like
is that
an orange.
everything in this shop
Oh, yeah.
was bought by the shop. I love that.
Hey.
Can't ask for more than
So
that.
ask Chuck.
What's
I
that?
think that I don't. Okay.
What's that?
You said watch for the knuckles.
Watch for the knuckles. I think that she's gonna be happier with the curve.
Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you a rip off of that one.
Okay.
I think when it comes to kitchen, you actually pull on a little bit of a belly, and so this is a rip off of a Suntoon thumb, and then this is also a straight up Suntoon thumb, and that's a Japanese kitchen knife essentially.
And so you can see, if you hold it like this,
There you
can
go.
rock it, right?
That was actually a commission that went sadly sideways.
Yeah. That'll work. That'll work perfect if you wanted to use it. And see
Or
how-
if
see
you
how
want
the
tiny
bevel
home,
comes all
we
the
have
way
the
back
tiny
to
home
the
set
spine.
right here.
I like this right here.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Like that one? All right, we'll make that one fit, and you can make your template out of it.
Yeah.
So you go through the whole process.
I like to use my Santuko a lot, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That'll work.
Yeah.
So I would say trace it out, make any modifications that you want to make it your own, and then we will make a template out of it and see how
Yeah.
it feels in your hand.
That's going to be a good use of the material, too.
So
Nothing's wasted there.
yeah, there's a pencil right here.
Your wife can't watch the live stream.
Good point.
Mrs. Baldwin, stop looking.
I'm looking.
All right, so now we are going to wait for. We're committed now,
Good.
folks.
Committed now.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna get to see the
Are
punch.
you okay with being a little bit longer
Oof.
past the...
I don't think you need to see the punch.
No?
What I would do mostly with this.
What? Oh, yeah, we're going to run out of time. They won't see it.
What I would do is I would
Tune in next week for the quench.
Right? And then Intrepid Explorer.
Woo!
Is Dan gonna bleed?
Wait for it.
That's the question.
We need to put a poll up. Will Dan bleed? Hey!
No blood.
Look at you!
I get waffles.
All grown up.
All grown up. I'm like a big boy.
Kind of. We will say you're a boy.
I'm a big boy.
I'm a big boy.
I'm a
Yeah.
big boy
I'm a
now.
real boy.
If this works better for you, what can you use this?
You know the Muffin Man?
The muff who lives on Drury Lane?
Woohoo!
You're a monster. Oh,
And then slide it back.
Yep, and then just slide it back. And we wait for those components.
there we
There you
go.
See how we adjust size there?
Woo.
And now, what you're going to do,
Oh.
get out of the way then, and
About
I want
10
you to
minutes
make
left,
any
gang.
modifications that you want to.
10 minutes left. We're gonna come over here and follow Dan. That hat is fancy. I might steal it.
What you like.
What are you filming now?
And
Look at that.
Moonwalk, baby.
He's moonwalking.
Can't handle this.
Can't. You guys want to see how a committed folk walks? There it is right there for
There it
you.
is.
Hilarious.
Piano!
Yes, sir.
I gotta ask Dan.
hook 'em, Dano.
Yeah, yeah.
We put this on my other knife. Do we need to put that guard there like we did before? What do you call that thing?
Ricasso?
Ricasso?
Yeah, that in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, see, and that's what we, see how.
Kitchen knives are a whole different animal. In fact, the grind is going to be way more complex.
Yeah, the grind's gonna be a big pain in the ass.
So you're going to get to learn something.
Yay!
Might as well do
So,
something different, right?
so yep. So with a traditional grind, we have the blade that just kind of goes. You know, you have the plunge line and you have your bevel line like you normally do. With a kitchen knife, the way we want to do it right, in my opinion, everyone's entitled to my opinion, is that like this would be the traditional. You know, if I stop right there. We're going to take this right from back here all the way up to the spine, and it's going to taper towards the tip,
Okay.
which means it's going to drive the weight back towards the middle. And it's going to lighten the blade up a lot, and it's going to give it almost a 0-point edge, which means you're going to have a very, very, very small secondary edge bevel. And that's going to be great for the kitchen. We're going to temper it differently so that we have that edge retention, because it doesn't need to be becoming the trees, right? So we want to have that edge retention, and we want to make sure that it's comfortable for her and light.
I don't really see anything like the angle.
All right, then let's flip it and get a template made. And that will be the Brian Baldwin template.
Yay!
I'm gonna take a quick drive up the front. I'll be right back to put that out.
Aye, aye, Captain. All right. So I've got these all roughed out.
Right
These
on.
are rough contoured now as well. And so next step for me is going to be going over to the small wheel where I'm going to get some radiuses in here, smooth that out, and then I'll be going to the palm sander to start really finishing that.
I'm digging how thick that handle is too.
I'm not going to take a lot off. I want it to start
Yeah,
at home.
I like
It's almost like having a
that.
roll of quarters in your hand.
Yeah.
You know, and this is actually, this design is called the Gara, which is Spanish for Talon.
Oh.
And this was the one that I designed for Nick.
Oh, right on. Okay.
One
Yeah.
of our brothers from Iowa,
Yeah.
who's also an amazing Talon instructor. And so he named it, and so now it's officially the Gara.
Nice.
Yep. And then this one is the hybrid warning. We got one clip style blade there.
Yeah, I can see that.
And
Okay.
then the ring. I wanted something that would have, good with everyday use, but still had some really good, like, Filipino, Indonesian, martial arts type feel to it. This is one of my favorite karambits, actually.
Jeremy says that one looks real neat. So that was a karambit?
But this one's actually a full-on karambit, not just a hybrid.
Okay.
And then I gotta figure out where I put my mini attacks.
Is it over there on top of the kiln?
No, actually, this is Katie's.
Oh.
Katie's first commission.
Oh, right on.
Right? So I got he's being tempered for him, and now he's gonna finish it. But he got stuck pulling the leadership today. So
Oh, good job, Caden. Using my eyes.
Probably cleverly hidden in plain sight, because that's where you people usually hide stuff. That's a template.
Okay.
That is another sadness and a piece of steel.
That's still useful.
Well, it's yeah, it's a template, definitely. That's one of those where you get the rare occlusion that you just
Can't get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't make that a commission, so you don't want to waste the material
I
putting
think
handles
that
on.
I'm going to just start on my mini, my tiny home cooking set.
Yeah.
So, tiny home French chef, or
I'll
like,
do that.
camping or whatever.
Oh.
Tiny home Santuco, tiny home carver. It happens to be a really good little EDC as well.
Ooh.
But that was my pairing length version of it, but same type of feel for the handles.
I like that set.
I know, it's going to have all the same handle set too.
There we go.
So let's grab a... Ooh, guess what I get to use today?
What is that?
This was my original, the jigs I used for workshops and most of my blades.
Yeah.
A friend at work who is kind of like his COVID thing was machining and welding and stuff, decided to try a new design for me, and he came up with this for a little bit beefed up
Holy cow.
design. So I just got it on Monday, and I'm really excited to be able to use it.
That looks great.
So many more options
Yeah.
for angles on bevels and such, and you hand drilled and tapped each one of those.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Can I show you this?
Oh no, I didn't see it.
Check this bad boy.
Here.
So this, these swing out and they're adjustable.
Likey.
This
Likey much.
is adjustable and can lock.
That's
And, right? He's working on stronger springs because this is floating, and these are okay, but he wants beefier springs for it, and that will keep that in place. Plus, it's going to stabilize laterally here a bit more. He drilled every one of those by hand and tapped them by hand.
I'm like, what's he charging for these things?
But look at the options,
beautiful.
right?
Hi, Steve.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
Oh, Steve's on?
Steve's on here.
Hello!
Steve, hey, wanted to let you know, and it's obviously public, but Dave and I are getting together this Saturday since we don't have a workshop scheduled at the moment, and I'm going to be getting your spear handle ready for mount. And my goal by the end of the weekend is to have gotten the counterbalance and the blade mounted and JB welded. So that's my commitment to you publicly.
Woo!
So we're so close. Yep, I know.
We only got a few minutes left.
I'm dragging him along as an accountability partner.
Man.
Accountability.
Accountability. But we're gonna videotape it too, which is another reason Matthew's gonna be there so that we can send you
I'll
some
get some
video.
video of it.
So,
Love it,
I want
guys.
to get that thing out to you, and there's also gonna be a surprise in there for you. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this thing going.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, actually, it was Josh Ingersoll that built this. He's
yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, if it works out, we're gonna do a design review and have him make some more.
Oof.
Yeah. I was like, let me know if he needs another knife.
Well, if you want to give this a test run too, by all means, let me know. Because it's a shop jig.
Lori wants to connect to make a knife this summer, Chuck.
Absolutely, darling. Can't wait to see you again. I'm actually really happy to hear that things are turning around from the cancer back. I love it.
Woo! Steve's excited too. He's gonna hold you to it now.
Please do. Steve and Jack are two of my most patient patients.
You got about like a minute and 30 left, it seems like.
What's that?
So you got about a minute 30 left.
All right, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and wrap this up there, Dan. Okay.
Yes. Gotta get that in there.
All right. Can't grab it here.
Woo!
That's how far I
Hey.
got with this one.
There you go.
So next time we'll see. I'll probably be doing handles next week, so we'll see handles on there.
Awesome.
Right on.
So, real quick, once again, Forged and Fired, Memorial Day weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be posting times, but they're going to be... No. Oh, you're right. This is
He's got the smaller ice cubes.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, I have to get my bourbon.
You gotta be careful with these people.
Hey, it might be poison.
And around.
You, sir, are running out of
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Okay, so this is...
Forged and Fire
These
win?
people?
All bourbons belong to Chuck.
All bourbons. Forged and Fire what?
What?
Forged and Fire what?
Forged and Fire... It's actually going to be...
25th, 26th, right?
Yep, Saturday, Sunday.
Memorial weekend?
What time? We have a time that we're hopping on?
We're not so sure yet, but we're going to
Okay.
be both days will be a 4-hour increment. So I'm going to be shooting for 1 to 4, noon to 4, or 1 to 5 time frame, so people can sleep in on the weekends. But yeah, tune in, stay tuned for that. We'll be posting times and events. If you're local, stop by and say hi. You know, if you haven't met yet, we'd love to.
Yeah.
If we haven't seen you except at a show, we'd still love to see you. And we'll just be hanging out and just having a great time with the tribe. Also want to say thank you once again, not paid, but we've got some amazing people that have really been working with us. Phoenix Abrasives, Greg McNeeson, if you don't know him and you make knives, you should know him. Alabama Damascus, I've been working with them for years. They have always been amazing people. They're amazing. Alabama. That sounds like a redneck skin. And Muskoka Turner, John Bryant, amazing hand material. And also I want to shout out to Dan here, who's becoming quite a stabilizer himself.
Yay!
So
I do me some handles.
I love promoting artists and their passions and their products as I get to use them. So guys, thanks again for tuning in to our live. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Until then,
I have one thing to say. One thing to add. I'd like to get a shout out to Chuck. For he donated a beautiful blade and a gift certificate for our workshop. A very good cause that I believe in. Good friend of mine. Sorry to get choked up.
That's okay.
It's called Hunt for a Cure for Cystic Fibrosis. A very good friend of mine's son has cystic fibrosis. He started 21 years ago. And he donated a beautiful knife and a gift certificate, and it brought some good change. And just want to recognize Chuck for his good-heartedness for that. So, thank you.
Yay!
Yeah, Chuck.
Yay, Chuck!
And that's
Oh, we
why
love doing
we're a
it.
family shop.
Absolutely. So, Tribe, thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, stay bladed.
Stay bladed.